Relax, pressure as you reach overhead, relax. So you'll go side to side, but in order to really get a good stretch, try to keep like your hip bones grounded into the couch and only stretch through your sides. So hips kind of stay steady. Yep. How are you sleeping? Is it getting worse? Oh, good. Good. Yep. Oh, wow. That's awesome. Good. And then you're going to keep the ball there and you're going to alternate just lifting ankles side to side, getting into your hips. And try not to lean as you do it. Just let that rotation happen in your hips, even if it's not much. Yep. No. Oh, that's good. That's good. Yeah, I feel like that's fine to do it kind of last minute. That's good. And then here, I'm gonna have you take your yoga block so that you can sit on it. We're gonna do some moving hip stretches. So you're gonna cross one leg over and just kind of lean into it a little bit and then come up. So this just makes sure that your hips, your knees are kind of in line with your hips a little bit more. So just a slow stretch forward, coming up. Yep. Trying to get as much mobility in that right hip as possible. We'll go just one more there. And then same thing on the other side. Good, yep, and just kind of pressing your belly towards your shin. Yeah, that's very normal. And I think that's, that's your body kind of just slowing down and, maybe the long walks aren't as great anymore. You're gonna take both feet to one direction and then you're gonna reach your hand towards your feet and then come back. Yeah, very, very normal. And I would listen to that, like I would shorten your walks and not overdo it and exhaust yourself. Yeah. And I think that's okay. Like you can still accumulate them through the day, but it's like you might just have to do like a short amount at one point and then go back out later. All right, you're gonna switch to the other side. Yeah, I think that's good that you're taking note of that. Yeah, yeah. I mean, walking is an exercise. It's tough. And when you're carrying around all the weight like in the front, it's very hard because your whole body has to work to stay stationary and stay upright. So now you're going to take the block and you're going to put it between your legs and you're just going to extend one leg out and then back down and extend back down. And as you're lifting, I want you to think of like contracting through the quad there. And almost like like you have an ankle weight on, like you're lifting something super heavy. Yeah. Good. And we'll go two more and then switch. Good. And we'll go three more. And then I'm going to have you you're gonna use your yoga block, and if you need to hold on to your table or something, you can. And you're gonna have 1 foot on the block, 1 foot off, and you're gonna work the hip that's on the block by pressing up, coming down, press up. So both legs stay straight, no bend in the knees. So try just like your hips. It's hard to get that movement, but you don't want to bend the knee because then it changes to more of like a knee exercise versus like hip. So it's kind of like you, drop it down, lift it up, and you just think of your hips kind of shifting position. But if you go sideways and want to like balance with the table, you can. Like if you feel like you're off balance. Yeah. Yeah, there you go. So it's like dropping the right hip down and then pressing through that left hip to come up. Yeah. Does that feel okay? We'll go 5 more and then you can switch to the other leg. Good. Yep. And just think up and down, shift, shift. So the baby's room is all set up then? Oh, right. Yeah. I think you did tell me that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. All right. And then I'm going to have you go back seated with the ball. And you're going to do the squeezes into the ball as you lift your heels off the ground. And then you're going to include pelvic floor. So contract, relax, contract, relax. Now, I do feel like I was kind of last minute with all that stuff too. Yep. Yep. That definitely happened. And I turned out okay. You're going to go 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then I'm going to have you do the hip one again. So you can alternate side to side. Good. Nice. We're going to go 4, 3, 2, 1. And then I'll have you sit on the yoga block again for another hip stretch. You can see we're doing a lot of hip stretching today, hip mobility. Good, yep. We'll go 4 more on that side and then the other side. Good. We're going to go 3 more and then we'll do 1 more time with the pelvic floor lifts. Yes, definitely, especially if I think it's more common with C-sections because of all the IV fluids they give you. But yeah, it can happen to anybody. And it could be like significant. I had really significant swelling. Um, so yeah, actually, because I had bought like some sweatpants to wear in the hospital, and they were super big, loose, comfortable sweatpants, and they were like tight leggings by the time I left the hospital. It wasn't instant, but like while I was at the hospital, and I couldn't even wear my shoes out of the hospital because my feet were so swollen. Like I couldn't wear, I went barefoot. And then it lasted probably like 4 to 5 days, but then I had a lot of night sweats to like flush it all out, I guess. So it didn't last that long, but it was kind of scary because I didn't know that that was going to happen. Yeah, I mean, it was like amazing to me that it was like that intense. I'm going to have you come back to the yoga block one, but I don't think it's like it has anything to do with how swollen you are now because I didn't really have that much swelling before delivery. It was just all after. So I don't think that that means that you'll necessarily be more prone to it at all. But I mean, I had a C-section and a lot of IV fluids, so I think that was a huge part of it. Yeah, it's so uncomfortable. But it didn't really last long. Like I was shocked, but it was like within a week, I felt like I was like not as swollen anymore. Oh yeah, yeah. I didn't do any massage. You can switch to the other side. Yeah, good. I know. Yes, that's exactly it. It's like you have to like do the shift. And I'm gonna have you put your hands on your table for a back stretch. So you're just gonna drop your rib cage and then come up, drop your rib cage and then come up. Yeah. And just kind of move through that. And you almost want to think of somebody pressing on your back a little bit to stretch through your back. Yeah. We'll go two more there. And then I'm gonna have you do, so it's gonna be a combination of like a lunge and a stretch. So you're gonna go one leg forward, one leg back. You're gonna go down, up, and then stretch over and come back, down, up, stretch over. Yep. And as you're stretching, you can kind of tuck your tailbone a little bit, feel like that right hip flexor stretch. Yep, good. Gonna go one more, and then we'll go back to the back stretch with your hands on the table. We'll go one more there, and then we'll go back to the lunges on the other side. Yep, let's go down, up, stretch it over. We'll go one more. Good, and then here you're just gonna do a set of really big hip circles. And then I'm gonna have you go back into that split stance position. You're gonna do thumbs towards the ceiling. You're gonna go forward and then side, forward, and then side. Yeah. And have your thumbs point towards the ceiling even as you go out to the side. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Good. We'll go one more forward and one more to the side, and then you'll do the hip circles again. And same thing, feet together, just trying to stretch through the low back, hips. And then I want to go back to another set of the lunges. So either foot to start, so down and then up and stretch. Yep, that way. Good. Good, you're gonna go two more. And then one more time with the hip circles before you switch to the other side. Good, and then we'll go lunges again on the second leg. Good, two more. All right, and then I'm gonna have you go into a second set of these, so the thumbs up. Good, almost there. Look at one more of each. All right, and then I'm gonna have you grab your ball. And you're gonna go toes and knees out. So starting with the ball chest height, down, and then exhale, press it up, lifting the pelvic floor as you press up, relaxing it as you go down. So almost more than focusing on the lift, really focus on the relaxing on the way down, opening up your hips, letting your pelvic floor lengthen. Yep. Good. You're gonna go four more. Good. And then you can set the ball down. I'm gonna have you grab your 5 pounds for a set of bicep curls. So just out to the sides, curling up. Yep. Good. You're gonna go two more and then split stance using those same Dumbbells, you'll go into tricep extension. Yep, 2 dumbbells. Yep. And just try to kind of be mindful that your abs are a little bit engaged so you don't have to like arch through your back or strain your neck. Yeah, that looks good. One more. Good. And then you can set those down. You're going to take a wide stance and press your hips side to side. So more stretching. Good. And then I'm going to have you go through another round with the ball, the squats with the pelvic floor lift. The same thing. Think of like mobilize through your hip, relaxing pelvic floor as you come down. Good. Yep. Nice. Does that feel okay? So we'll go 5 more. Good. And then we'll go back to the biceps. Yes. How are you feeling energy level wise? Is this okay? Or are you feeling it? Yeah. This little series was meant to be like a little bit of a push, and then we'll go back to some more mobility stuff. Yeah, no, it makes sense. I expected that. You're still moving really well though. Still look really strong. And like at this point, that's why we're doing a lot of like the stretching, mobility, because it's like you kind of just want to maintain the strength. But at this point, we're not trying to build it. We're just trying to keep you moving. And then you're going to go triceps. So the squat and arm series is kind of the only part where we're really, really trying to strengthen. You're going to go one more, and then we'll go back to these big stretches with your hips and arms. Good. We're going to go 2 more. And then you're going to use your table again. This time you're going to cross your wrists and lean back and just stretch through your shoulders and neck a little bit and just hold. And then I would say come up slowly so you don't get dizzy. And then same thing, cross to the other side and focus on shoulders and neck. Good. And then I'm going to have you stand. And this one is kind of like, it's a strange one to do, but you're going to try to just tuck your chin and then let it relax. Tuck it and let it relax. So you're kind of just bringing it towards the base of your neck, stretching through your neck. Yep. This is actually another good one to do postpartum to help with like the posture. I don't know about that as much. Maybe a little bit. You're going to go 2 more. And then you're going to take one arm, so I'm like grabbing that arm behind, like grabbing that wrist. And then I'm gonna drop my ear on the opposite side and just lengthen through this whole like neck area and hold. And then the same thing on the other side. And then you're gonna put one foot forward and have that toe pointed up a little bit and just sink into a hamstring hold. And then you're gonna come up and you're gonna repeat that same thing, same side. And then keeping that same leg in front, both legs stay straight, and then you're gonna press your hips back, getting a little deeper into that hamstring. Good, and then you can come up, a little bit of a back extension stretch. And then you'll switch to the other side. So same thing, we'll start with the sinking back. And then again, come up, back to that same thing. And up, and then keeping your legs straight, pressing your hips back, a little bit more intense. And then lastly, I want to go back to sitting on the yoga block on your couch and another glute stretch or another hip stretch. This time you're just going to hold it though. So just a little bit of a forward lean and hold. And then you can do the other side. All right, how do you feel? That was really good movement, but hopefully overall it'll just like make you feel better. We did a lot of like mobility stuff. So like if you're doing things on your own, I would say, you know, don't try to do a lot where your muscles are going to get tight and tense. Like we did a little bit with the squats to open up the hips, the lunges, we incorporated some stretching. So your goal now is just to like kind of keep your hips and everything, your back feeling kind of nice and mobile and loose. I know you should be. Yeah, you should be very proud. It's not easy to do, but you did it. And I mean, I'm sure like you're stronger for it, but I'm sure the baby's stronger for it too, which is awesome. Like that's kind of the nice. It's like you've already done so much for your baby and they're not even here yet. So, well, maybe I'll see you next time. Maybe not. We'll see. But if we do have another session, it'll be similar. We'll just try to keep you moving and feeling good. All right. Bye.